Good evening, Headmaster, Mr. Chuez and Mrs. Chuez. Chairman of Council, Mr. Pegg and Mrs. Pegg. Deputy Headmaster, Mr. Green and Mrs. Green. Master of the Senior School, Dr. Delaney and Mrs. Delaney. Representatives of the School Council, OTU, Parent and Friends Association, Ladies Auxiliary, staff, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, the young men of the graduating class of 2015. It is with absolute pleasure that I am able to stand here tonight and speak to you on what is a night of fine food, nostalgia, and celebration, as we reflect on what has been a truly enjoyable experience. Sitting in front of me, I see a multitude of personalities and characters, eager to experience the world beyond. And I see a promising future for so many of my friends. Rowan Browning, otherwise known as White Lightning, bolting down the track, and we're not racing, modelling the latest Adidas slippers with socks. Josh Simat's dominance in the pool. Jordan Martinstein punching another cover drive. Zach Galuzzo launching a javelin. Angus Tompkins soaring high in a line-out. Marcus Trevina defying the laws of gravity in the long jump. Mitch Gehar gracing the crowds with his almighty oboe. Callum Willits, in his words, slightly above average ability on the footy field, and his resilience to stick it through the toughest game with a broken hand. Anthony Chewy Newen, known for his many sporting talents, his exceptionally loud grunting in any sport he participates in, as well as his ability to have a bite of just about everybody's food at lunchtime. These are simply a handful of the characters and personalities the school has been able to develop. What I will miss most about Trinity is a sense of community, friendship, and brotherhood that the school has fostered. I will miss the mornings arriving at school at my locker and hearing Harrison Guy fuming about the fact that someone had taken his beloved parking spot at the back of row 5. Or Alex Connolly sipping on his strawberry milk following his tough biceps routine in the gym. Or John Stapleton with a wild new haircut he spent an hour perfecting in the morning. It will be unusual not to witness the extremely unique and infectious laughter of James Webb and his drumming beats on basically any surface he can find out at the playground or in the classroom, as well as his conversations about his knock and run antics. Or seeing the self-proclaimed Scandinavian Carl Olive saunter into school with a beard as thick as his legs. I'll miss seeing my mates every day, where our lunch times were full of banter, chucking the footy around, discussing test results and debating about questions and answers that weren't strictly part of the syllabus. Backing up Miss Stewart in getting boys with black shoes off the oval, as well as witnessing Rishab Bhargava's performance of the Gabba to please the crowds. Over the course of the past 6 years, these friendships have developed through experiences at Year 7 camp or Pine Bluff, at which extremely competitive touch football was played. They've been developed in sporting teams and co-curricular groups. They've been developed through the school's house system and tutor groups, and of course our everyday classes. And all of these opportunities presented by the school have allowed us to create friendships and bonds, not just for myself or for my group of friends, but for all of the groups and clusters we have in our year. I've no doubt that these relationships formed will continue to grow, as we too grow into young men who are eager and ready to experience the next chapters our lives have in store for us. Now, since the beginning of middle school, there has always seemed to be a figure of authority that strikes a sense of fear within the students. from Mr. Barr looming over the top of our heads throughout middle school, to the Mr. Andrew Yarrow during senior school. Over the past few years, we've come to know Mr. Yarrow quite well, and we've become accustomed to the way in which he operates. We've grown used to his bellowing voice, his cheeky smirks after he tells a joke at assembly, his constant reminders of how great a cohort we are. Of course, Mr. Yarrow's bodybuilder-esque physique that his tight shirts of varying bright colours struggle to hide, as well as his commando boots that add to his authoritarian facade, will be greatly missed. However, I've come to understand that often Mr. Yarrow's humour, kindness and dedication is to making the school a better place is sometimes masked by this somewhat tough guy persona. And I know for certain that his style of mentoring meant that no one wanted to be, in his words, the rotten apple that spoiled the whole barrel. But all jokes aside, I would like to thank you, Mr. Yarrow, on behalf of the boys, for your guidance and commitment over the course of our time at the school. Of course, I can't thank Mr. Yarrow without thanking the man who hailed from Melbourne, the jovial Dr. Heath Delaney. From his introduction when we were in Year 11, he's made a significant impact on the way the senior school is run. And my earliest memory of the doctor is when he approached my entire group of friends one lunchtime last year and introduced himself and got to know us personally. An action that epitomizes the type of character he is. He's always making sure we are in line, but adding a sense of sincerity and humour. I would also like to thank Dr. Delaney's personal assistant, Mrs. Miller. She's been absolutely crucial behind the scenes, and I was impressed with her ability to stay calm and collected all the time, even when bombarded by emails and visitations by boys eager to know when the Year 12 jerseys were in. Mrs. Miller, often your work goes unnoticed, and I would like to extend my gratitude to you for all of the work you put in year in, year out. In addition, I'd like to thank the other behind-the-scenes ladies, Mrs. Zura and Mrs. Scott. Many rely on your impeccable organisation and understanding of the school systems, and I am indebted to the work you do and have done over the course of our Year 12 to make things just a little bit easier. I would also like to thank the man behind the school's daily orders of Diet Coke, the former Waverley CAS swimmer, the school's one and only Daily Notices quad announcer, Mr. Bradworth. Your involvement in making sure everything runs smoothly and adapting the school's routines to the headmaster's requests has been vital in making our time at the school enjoyable. There's no doubt that Mr. Worth spends hours perfecting his hair and his suit for his morning performance, and rehearses the day's announcements alone in his office to ensure that his pitch is neither too high or too low. And this is a credit to his commitment in making sure everything runs seamlessly. I'm sure that many boys will find it odd not to hear your voice in the morning. And the daily catchphrase, "Thank you, gentlemen, have a nice day. Thank you, school captain." To the rest of the staff of the school, I would like to thank you all on behalf of the class of 2015. In writing this, I was struggling to find words to describe the gratitude we feel for your dedication, your commitment, and your passion in assisting us in any way possible. I believe that the cohort's results at the end of the year will truly reflect your immense support and guidance. Although we may have annoyed you with lethargy and tested your patience at times, we are truly grateful for your efforts, not only in the classroom, but also in sport during the week, on Saturdays, on various excursions and tours, and staying calm and collected in situations such as when we haggle for those extra marks following the return of our exam papers, as we all know a certain vice captain loves to do. To the Deputy Headmaster, Mr. Peter Green, thank you for your continual support in all areas of the school, even those that do not quite match your love for football, such as rugby. There is no doubt that all of the Year 12 boys are extremely familiar with the rules and functions of the eSmart Committee after all of your in-depth explanations in assembly. To the Headmaster, Mr. Milton Chuez, I admire your devotion and commitment to the school. I would like to express my appreciation for the time and effort that you put into the school in making it a better place. Your support in all areas of the school and all areas of the school life is inspiring, and your constant positivity and optimism spurs us on to achieve bigger and better things than we ever thought possible. Your attendance at many games, functions, events and training sessions makes a big difference to us, such as the times you came down to demonstrate to the shot putters the techniques you learned at your time at the school, and all the times you came to the 13 days rugby training sessions and did battle with Anthony Newland over whose nickname is truly Chewy. Your networking in all areas of the school means a lot to the boys, and I thank you for your dedication. Now, I must thank those that have been perhaps the most influential and the most important in shaping us to be the young men who we are today, our parents. Thank you all for giving us this opportunity to attend such a great school. The achievements of the boys are a credit to your unfaltering support. We appreciate just how much you support us, not only in a financial sense, but all of the little things that you do, such as driving up to Knox on an early Saturday morning, or shivering in the cold at the rugby and the football during the winter season, or assisting with various barbecues and fiestas throughout the year. Your contributions are extremely valuable, and I would like to thank you all on behalf of the boys. The 2015 cohort is comprised of an extremely talented and intellectual group of young men who I am immensely proud of, and I have no doubt that you too are immensely proud of the boys you have raised. Finally, and above all else, I want to especially thank the boys sitting in front of me here tonight. You boys have been an incredible group that I've had the absolute privilege to lead and privilege to serve. And I thank you for supporting each other, as well as myself, in the things we have achieved and will achieve. Tonight is a night to celebrate all of our successes and our failures, and the lessons we have learned from both. I ask you, in fact I urge you, to remain in contact with one another, no matter what avenue the course of life takes us down. I wish you all the absolute best for the future, as we move forward into our exams and beyond. And remember, whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. Now, would you all please join me in standing to toast the school? Ladies, gentlemen, and young men of Trinity, the school. The school. Thank you.